Okay, you guys, now we are on Essential 10 factoring. This was also on the Essential test, so you're watching a video on that also. Some of you have lost that also. So, this quadratic, to solve it, I'm not going to graph it. It's going to be the hardest one. I'm not going to use square roots because of right here. I can't put these together. So I'm going to resort to factoring. So in my diamond, I am putting a number on the top and on the bottom here. So write them out, put the numbers in, see if you can get it in under 10 seconds. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, if you still have nothing and you were just staring at the video, you were supposed to be trying to get numbers in here. So this is supposed to be 1, -12, 4, and -3. 4 times -3 is -12, and 4 plus -3 is 1. So now, you guys, since the A value is 1, I could go straight to my factors. They exist in here. 4 and -3. A positive 4 and a -3 with my x's out front. Now, if you don't like doing that and you want to just stick with splitting this up and working with it that way, do it. Otherwise, for the shortness of this video, I'm going to keep going. So this is equal to 0. So now I'm going to use the 0 product property to solve for x. I have a product of these two quantities. And in order for it to be 0, one of them has to be 0. One or the other. So I'm going to set x plus 4 equal to 0. When is this going to be 0? You might be able to get that in your head and not have to set this up. But to solve this, I would minus 4, and x would be -4. So that would be one answer to where if I plug in -4 up here, I will get 0. And then the other answer, this could be 0, because 0 times whatever that is going to be 0. So, or x minus 3 equals 0. To solve that, add 3, and then I get x equals 3. So my two answers to where this quadratic will be 0, has two solutions, is going to be -4 and +3. You can even take it further and put them on the x-axis and know that this thing's going up. So it's going to look something like that, just for your ease of mind. Okay? Here we go, last problem. This one could also be solved by factoring. It only has 2 terms. So it's really nice. I just look and see what's common. They both have 4 in common, so I'm going to take out the 4. They both have x in common, so I'm going to take that out too. I'm left with 2 things. Can you get it down before I write it? Try it. You are left with x. I'm going to go plus 2 equals 0. So now I have my 0 product property happening. I have the product of these two quantities. If this is 0 times anything is 0. So 4x could equal 0. Or this could be 0. So I could have 0 times whatever equals 0. So or x plus 2 could be 0. So if I solve this one, divide by 4 both sides. X would be 0. So if I plug in 0 up here, hey, what do you know, I'll get 0. You might have guessed that. And then here, to solve it, -2 to both sides. And I could also plug in -2 and get 0. If you don't believe me, plug it in and check, because it will be 0 if you do it right. For ease of mind, 0 and -2. And this quadratic was going up. So it'll look something like that. But we are looking for these 2 solutions, and that is Essential 10. Done and done.